所以我觉得 OK, all right. So maybe I can start, right? I can do some Tai Chi movements, huh? All right, so let's get started. Welcome to Utah Live. My name is Michael. This is our live session this morning, and my channel is dedicated to a special exercise called Tai Chi Qigong. And Tai Chi Qigong is a very special exercise, and so I'll take this opportunity to give you a brief introduction. If you have any questions, just let me know. So Tai Chi Qigong, in one line, is a body-mind exercise targeting at and working with the energy inside our body. So it's different from other exercises, other regular sports and exercises in three ways. And actually the three things we do in Tai Chi Qigong. The first one is that we in Tai Chi Qigong use gentle, slow, and mindful movements. In contrast with the fast, hard movements in other exercises. And so we want to actually slow down so that we can work with our energy. Right, so that's the first thing we do, and it's different from regular exercises. The second thing we do is apply specific breathing patterns. Okay, we're going to breathe slowly, deeply, and that's also different from other exercises. Right, other exercises, for example, running, and you have to breathe in and out fast in order to supply sufficient oxygen, okay, to support the activity of the sports. At the running in particular, but we actually will slow down again and take a deep breath. Right, so that's also different. And also for breathing, we have two types. One is called external breathing. Okay, that is the same as other sports. We inhale, exhale the air or the oxygen. Right, but we also have in Tai Chi Qigong the internal breathing. Okay, internal breathing refers to the channeling, moving of energy flow inside our body. So we have internal breathing and external breathing. Both breathing patterns are extremely important for Tai Chi Qigong. The third thing is mindfulness, right? So in Tai Chi Qigong, we'll be mindful all the time and be mindful of our whole body, and as well as the movements we are taking, and also the breathing in and out, and also the breathing, internal breathing, the energy flow inside our body. So our mind is calm, but at the same time is a kind, patient observer, observing what's going on inside, outside our body, and also coordinating, our movements and breathing patterns. All right, so these three things we do in Tai Chi Qigong make it special. And also, Tai Chi Qigong directly, not really, the target the improvement of performance. So it's not performance driven. kind of exercise, and we actually want to improve the energy, okay, the energy level, the free flow of energy, the channeling of energy in our body, so that it would transform into, contribute to, for example, our health, okay, both physical health as well as mental health. And it can be added to other exercises. For example, if you are an athlete, okay, even professional athlete, if you add Tai Chi Qigong as a component, and that not directly contributed to your performance, but indirectly, it will also help you in terms of energy and so on, to improve your professional performance. All right, so that's a very brief introduction of Tai Chi Qigong. Welcome again to my channel, Utah Life, a channel dedicated to Tai Chi Qigong. If you have any questions, you can ask, you can type on the screen. And any questions? How many people? All right, so we have some people in the room. If you have any questions, you can stop me, right? So a little bit about myself next. My name is Michael, and I started my Tai Chi Qigong when in college due to injury. That's a kind of usual story, but it's actually true also for me. And I was a young guy in college and was very into regular sports, but unfortunately I hurt my knee. And in fact, I fractured my meniscus in my right knee. And at that time, regular treatment didn't help. So eventually I went to a top hospital, and they have the best unit on actually sports injury, and basically the number one in China. So I talked to the doctor, and so doctor said, okay, the only treatment that would solve the problem is operation or surgery. Yeah, but at that time it's in the early 80s, in the middle of 80s of last century, so about 40 years ago. So the message is ask the risk. Okay, is that actually basically take out the meniscus and replace it by some other material. And so I asked the doctor about the risk, and he said at that time, I think the surgery right now is much better in terms of risk and safety. And at that time, it's 30%. In other words, the failure rate is about 30%, and then I'll probably cannot do any other sports, and maybe crippled a little bit, okay, on my right leg. So as a young guy, I basically rejected it. I said, okay, I don't want it. So I basically just rest my knee and hope it will self-cure, self-heal, but it didn't happen. So I started my Qigong, Tai Chi. I learned different styles from different schools and masters, and it didn't help, okay, in the very beginning. But in 2 years, I met a school and a master and the disciple of that master. And so I learned a sequence. Somehow, after I practiced it in 2 weeks, okay, the knee improved greatly. So I really got into it, and in a month, it's fully recovered. All right, so that's how I started. So I've been practicing, practicing Tai Chi Qigong for the past 35 years, and also studied it. So finally, I think I learned a great deal and also gained my own insights and achievements. Right. So based on my own experience and achievements, I developed a system, a new system, modernized the system called the Baha system. Baha for balance and harmony. So it's a balance harmony system for Tai Chi Qigong, incorporating traditional sequence and styles, and also, adding actually modern elements to it. Right. So, all right. So basically, my channel is to promote Tai Chi Qigong, and in particular, my system called the Baha system. And I have published about a year ago, longer than a year ago, I think I published some videos on YouTube. You can check it out, explore. And also I started the teaching locally in senior houses, okay, about my system, in particular, 8-piece brocade and 12 or 30 basic movements of Tai Chi. And the last one is from a school called Zhiren Qigong. Sometimes it's translated as wisdom Qigong. It's about how we communicate our internal energy with external energy. And I have a video on my YouTube channel called Lifting Up the Qi and Pouring Down. Yeah, that's a famous module in the Zhiren Qigong. I incorporated it also into my system. All right, so that's a little bit about myself. Any questions? All right, so the agenda for today is, of course, our demo. I think some basic foundational kind of posture, and then some I would say basic movements in Tai Chi Qigong, and then I will, if time allows, I will teach, also demo and teach, and hopefully you can join me to learn and practice 2 movements from a traditional sequence called 8 pieces of brocade. All right, so before I start, I want to also provide you some pointer to Tai Chi Qigong. So you can search, for example, Google Tai Chi Qigong, and you find a lot of information. Okay, some are good, some are bad, unfortunately. And you can Google also search Tai Chi Qigong on YouTube. To be really honest, some are really good from traditional schools. Some are, to be honest, okay, again, I don't want to be negative, not quite Tai Chi Qigong, or even relevant to Tai Chi Qigong. All right, so I want to point to a good website maintained by National Institute of Health, and they followed Tai Chi Qigong quite long already, and so they maintain a website providing basic information as well as medical study results and their kind of professional opinion assessment of Tai Chi Qigong. So you can Google Tai Chi Qigong and plus National Institute of Health, and you'll find the website, and you can take a read. So you have a good idea about kind of scientific, more objective assessment of Tai Chi Qigong and what Tai Chi Qigong can do for you. All right, any questions? Okay, so let's start the first demo, and also first item. It is the horse stance. Okay, horse stance, and horse stance is foundational for Tai Chi Qigong. All right, so I invite you to join me. Okay, just give it a try, so you'll know what it's like. Okay, what it will feel like, and what kind of result you may get out of it. All right, so please stand up. Okay, let's relax our body first. All right, so take a deep breath and exhale. All right, now be mindful of your crown. So please raise your palm and put your palm on the top of your head, and you can gently pat it 3 times. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, and this is our crown, and a very important part of our body in terms of energy, in terms of Tai Chi Qigong. Right. All right, so you can put down your palm. All right, so be mindful of your crown, and then from your crown down your whole body, your head and neck, shoulders, chest, back, waist, and the abdomen, and the lower belly, and the pelvic bones, thighs, knee joints, and the shins and ankle joints, feet and toe. So give a kind of gentle scan, okay, from crown to toe. Now in Tai Chi Qigong, we want that you will, if you practice Tai Chi Qigong, in real Tai Chi Qigong, okay, you will get to know your body more and more and more, right? But that's your body, most precious, okay, why not? And all right, so let's relax, okay, from crown to our toes, just relax all of them, including your internal organs. Okay, internal organs are also big part of Tai Chi Qigong, all right? If you practice Tai Chi Qigong, they never talk about the internal organs. That's not Tai Chi Qigong, unfortunately, okay? Right, but because our health rely on, okay, our internal organs, right? Just relax all of them. All right, now be mindful of your shoulders, okay, your shoulders. And now from your shoulders down to your upper arm, your elbow joints, your forearms, your wrists, your palms, and your fingers, okay? Just shake them a little bit and relax. Now I want to emphasize every opportunity I get, the importance of your palms and your fingers. Okay, you know that your hands are extremely important, but they are even more important than you probably realize, okay, in terms of, in particular, our Tai Chi Qigong energy and so on. Okay, so All right, relax whole body. All right, now let's bend our knees slightly. Okay, and to maintain your upper body, neck and head upright, but relaxed. Okay, right, this is not a horse stance yet, but it's a special case of a horse stance. Right, I'll bend the knees. Okay, kind of squat down, or sometimes we say we sit into the horse stance. Okay, let's stand up. Inhale. All right, now exhale. Bend your knees slightly again. Let's do 3 times, okay? Inhale and stand up. Okay, be mindful of your knee and your whole upper body. Sit into a horse stance, exhale. Okay, 3rd time. Inhale, stand up. And exhale. All right, okay, your knees are slightly bent. Now what's the sensation? Your kneecap, your knee will feel some kind of sensation, but not lot of pressure. Okay, if you feel a lot of pressure, adjust your height. Okay, maybe just tiny little bit. Okay, tiny little bit. Because when we walk, we actually bend our knees all the time. Okay, especially during the switch of the two legs, you may not realize. So we actually can, if you can walk, you can slightly bend your knee, right? All right, and now shift your weight to your right leg. Okay, try to put all your 90% of your weight, okay, on your right leg, right knee, right ankle, and right feet. Okay, when I say it, okay, please direct your attention to the parts. Again, in Tai Chi Qigong, if a Tai Chi Qigong teacher never, talk about your body parts, okay, that's not Tai Chi Qigong. Okay, that's not Tai Chi Qigong, right? You have to know your body so well. Okay, you know your energy. Your energy will lead you to know your body well, and you know your body parts well, and that would lead also the energy there, right? So it's about energy. All right, so your right side, 90% of your weight. Balanced, find your balance, also stable. Don't try too hard, okay, to maintain your balance. A little bit wobbly is perfectly fine, okay? We are not training for martial arts or performance sports, okay? Wobbly is fine because that's your awareness, that's your sensitivity. All right, but you find your balance. All right, then lift your left leg slightly. The toes of your left foot is still on the ground, that's fine. Okay, you don't have to really lift it high, okay? That's for more advanced and for other purposes, but not for beginners, okay? Your left foot, leg lifted, but the toes still touch the ground. All right, now take a left step. Okay, and then you shift the weight to your left side. All right, your palms can naturally join, but if you can leave the palms out, that's also fine. Okay, all right. So 75% of your weight on your left leg and left foot. Now shift your weight back to your right leg. 75%. Okay, shift gently, slowly to your left side. Okay, 75%. Shift it back to your right side. All right, 75%. 3rd time. Left. Be mindful how the weight is shifting. Right. All right, now shift the weight to the middle of your feet. Right. In other words, the gravity center, middle line of your body, then the center is located at the middle of your 2 feet. Right? And your knees are still slightly bent, and your upper body is upright and relaxed. Right? So this is the famous foundational posture in Tai Chi Qigong. All right, so good feeling is that let's be mindful of the kneecaps. Okay, your knees, of course, your knees are carrying the whole body, right? Yeah, they're doing the most of the work. Okay, you can adjust your feet a little bit. Okay, I'm adjust you for the camera, and your knees feel some sensation. Okay, kneecap in particular, kneecap, but not the pressure. Okay, not pain, definitely not the pain. All right, if it's pain, and then you stand up. Okay, and then adjust your height a little bit. Okay, if you even a little bit bending of your knee is kind of too hard right now, and you can just stand up, but mindful of your knees and kneecaps. That's also fine. Okay, that's the highest horse stance. But if you can, okay, just bend your knees slightly. That's a horse stance. Okay, while riding, I believe most people have a horseback riding experience before. Okay, I had a few times in a meadow and some mountain area, beautiful afternoon, very relaxed. All right. Now, how about your upper body? Upper body, okay, is upright but relaxed. Okay? You will feel that, okay, if your height is right, and you will feel that your upper body may not be as heavy as you think. It's kind of light, okay? Not maybe just half of the weight you believe you have. All right. So that's a good feeling. All right. And because when we take a right kind of a posture, somehow the distribution of your weight is very even. That's one. Second one is that you can imagine that there's a rope, okay, hanging from the heaven or from the roof, attached to your crown, and further to your two shoulders. And the rope is pulling yourself up. Okay, and pulling here is not really, it's imagination, but it will organize your small muscles, help you to get your perfect horse stance. Okay, it's all energy related. It's a very complex procedure for the horse stance. Right, that's horse stance. All right, now let's stand up. Inhale and exhale. Okay, sit in the horse stance. Okay, again, stand up. Inhale. Horse stance. Okay, third time, stand up, inhale, and horse stance. All right, 3 times, right? So, in fact, just horse stance, okay, a lot of things going on, much more than, probably a beginner you realize. Also, even a lot of Tai Chi practitioners, they practice Tai Chi Chuan for 20 years. They basically injured their knees and really didn't get the health benefits. I don't know whether they are good fighters or not. I don't care. But they didn't get good health benefits either. The reason is that, of course, they didn't find their energy. Okay, they treated it as just a martial arts, sports, regular sports, and all right. So we're ready to close it. Okay, that's a horse stance. Okay, a lot going on. We'll talk more about it when in the future. Okay, don't worry about it right now. Just give it a try. Shift your weight to your right leg, right foot. Okay, aligned. They carry 90% of your weight. Okay, right side. Find your balance, then lift your left leg and bring it back. All right, knees are still slightly bent. If you stand up already, that's fine. Okay, ideally it's still bent. Right, then you stand up, spread the palms, inhale, and then bring the palms to your lower belly. Exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Okay, palms back to your lower belly, on top of each other, and stand up. Inhale. Deep breath, drop your palms, exhale. All right, so this is the first demonstration today. I hope you give it a try. You don't have to follow exactly what I did, but give it a try, and we actually did the horse stance. Okay, now this is a kind of special case of horse stance. In other words, there's no distance, space between your legs. Of course, we're not on horseback, but it's actually essentially the same. Okay, and horse stance, the 2 feet are apart, and we're on a horseback, right? And next, I'll quickly demo a martial art training horse stance. Okay, for martial arts training, don't follow. Okay, please do not follow. Okay, disclaimer, no follow. Right, so it's much lower. If you're young teenagers, like when I was just started, right? I'm not particularly trained. I told you my story already, but in young, even right now, because I've been practicing for 35 years, of course I can take a much lower horse stance, right? But I don't practice that often. Why? Because it's not that, in terms of health, it's not necessary, right? So basically, we're gonna bend and sit down, our body, right? And then raise my palms, and like this, right? Okay, that's a middle size, middle height, and it's a good training for martial arts. Okay, in this posture for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, up to half an hour, right? And then you stand up, right? But that's not for, okay, it trains, of course, your muscle, your strength, and so that you can fight and so on. But that's not what we do, right? Our purpose is only for health benefits, physical and mental, right? All right, so that's the horse stance. Any questions about horse stance? All right, how many people are in the room right now? All right. Okay. Okay. Next, we're gonna still, if you are in the room, and you have any questions, let us know. All right. So this is our YouTube channel. We kind of didn't do anything in the past year and a half. So so I want to resume it. And it seems like it didn't receive much attention right now. Yet we'll promote it to see if it can reach more viewers. And Tai Chi Qigong is really wonderful art. We really hope. And I'm a very professional in terms of Tai Chi Qigong, and a 35-year kind of a practitioner. And I'm also a scientist on the other hand. That's why my system is different from more traditional schools. All right, so next, what I'm going to demo is the beginning form and the closing form. All right, so I will do it maybe together. In the past session, I kind of separate them, but right now I want to do them together. So whenever we start a sequence of Tai Chi Qigong, and we have the beginning form, okay, and then after we do Tai Chi or Tai Chi Qigong, and we're going to close it. Okay, so the beginning form and the ending form, extremely important, and many popular sequences. Okay, I don't want to name one here, just not avoid being negative. And in fact, started and ended totally wrong. Okay, and that sequence was probably the most popular one. Okay, but it's a wrong sequence, and unfortunately, a lot of beginners I also studied that sequence. Okay, first. It's more on Tai Chi, more martial arts kind of sequence, and I didn't feel well. And until I reached my next level, then I realized that what were the problems, okay, with that most popular Tai Chi Qigong. If you get some knowledge before, and you must know that sequence if I mention it. But again, I will not mention the name, just to avoid being negative. But later on, okay, if I get a chance, I will, in a different setting, I'll talk about it. All right, so beginning form, extremely important. All right, so let's start, okay? Have 2 feet apart, wider than your shoulder, okay? And bend our knees, sit into horse stance. All right, now we're gonna to activate the energy, the inner energy. So we'll lift our palms up and stand up. Inhale, and then bring the palms to the chin, and exhale. All right, one more time. Inhale, stand up. Bring the 2 palms to the chin and drop it, exhale. All right, now 45-degree. Inhale, lift your palms up to the height of your head. Bring the palms to your forehead. And then drop your palms down, exhale. Relax. Okay, 45-degree again. Inhale. And bring the palms to your forehead. Exhale. All right, now your left side and right side. Lift your palms up. Inhale. All right. Higher than your head. Bring the palms over your crown. Then drop your palms. Exhale. All right, second rep. Inhale, lift up your palms, stand up. Lift the palms higher than your head. Bring the palms to your crown, and then drop down. Exhale. All right, so that's the beginning form. Okay, that's the beginning form. And now I said that we're gonna put the beginning and the close together. Okay, so immediately we wanna close it. Okay, we don't do anything in between. Is that okay? Of course. We activate our energy internally. Now we wanna calm it down. Okay, and recenter it. So rotate. The closing form very similar, almost 90% the same as the 99, 95. Okay, only one modification. So let's rotate our palms first. Now palms facing forward, and lift your palms up. Inhale. Bring the palm to your chin and drop your palms. Exhale. Okay. Rotate your palms again. Inhale. to your chin and exhale. Relax, sitting into the horse stance. Rotate your palms, now 45 degrees. Lift the palms, inhale. About your head height, bring the palms to your forehead. And drop the palms along the middle line, exhale. Okay, second time. Rotate, lift your palms, inhale. Bring the palms to your forehead and drop your palms, exhale. All right, now left and right. Lift your palms up, inhale. All right, really, really high, higher than the head, and over your crown, exhale. Right, relax, and the only modification we've been doing is rotate your palms. Okay, that's different from the beginning form, right? Lift your palms facing upward. Bring the palms over your crown. Okay, and drop your palms. Exhale. All right, now we are done. Then we're going to end the whole thing and shift away to your right leg. Okay, right foot. Find your balance, stable, and bring your left energy. Stand up, lift your palms, inhale. Bend slightly, bring the palms back to low belly, exhale. Standing up, inhale. Bring the palms to your low belly, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, palms now on top of each other and on your low belly. And stand up, inhale. Close your eyes, exhale. Relax. Okay. Take a few, maybe couple breaths, and relax yourself further from your crown to your toes, shoulders to your palms. All right, now gently open your eyes and drop your palms. All right, so this is the beginning form, and immediately closing form and the recentering form. Okay, put these three things together, it's already probably the best sequence, okay, in the world of Tai Chi Qigong. Half kidding, half joking, but in essence, it is. It is. So what am I doing? First, any questions, any comments? If you are in the room, you saw the demo, and any questions? How many people right now? Still 2 people? Okay. So if you are in the room, seems like you'd be interested. Okay, you can ask any questions you want, because we are kind of resuming, our YouTube channel and also live session. So we have kind of, we don't have a really fixed schedule. We have to push it. Hopefully we'll promote it and more people can join and really, appreciate this wonderful art and really, really, get on their journey of Tai Chi Qigong and eventually, benefit from it. And Tai Chi Qigong is a wonderful, wonderful art. And, of course, if you ask my opinion, I think Tai Chi Qigong is probably the best exercise out there, and it's suitable for all age groups. And it would, help you no matter what kind of medical condition, okay, what kind of situation even, you are in, and Tai Chi Qigong can help, All right, but again, sometimes it's just unfortunate that the awareness, the knowledge, the information is not there, right? And even sometimes the information is there, not many actually qualified, real qualified masters or instructors. Yeah. All right. So I'll explain. Okay. If you are in the room. Okay. So when we do activation, okay, let's think about talk about actually our energy model. So our energy. Okay. We'll talk about a lot about energy. What do we mean by energy? What the type of energy and where they go? Where are they? Much later on, right? But right now, a rough approximation of the energy body will be very simple. I call it, I don't know if other people use it, but I've been using it, called the 5-cylinder model. So energy, let's consider energy right now as like a fluid, like water. Okay, water. It permeates in our whole body. Okay, and you can also think of energy as air. Okay, it's not oxygen, it's just air. Okay, kind of air-like energy. Again, it permeates our whole body. Now, our body is very complex, a lot of organs, structures, bones, and muscles, fascia, and other things, okay? We don't have to go that deep yet. We will, okay? If we are more advanced. But the simple model to start with is a 5-cylinder, I call it the 5-cylinder energy model. And the energy, our body, basically are in 5 cylinders. Okay, the central cylinder will be our head, neck, torso. They form a cylinder. Okay, that's the biggest one. And energy, like water, like air, basically permeates inside this big cylinder, right? Then we have the other 4 cylinders. You may guess already what are the other 4 cylinders. Our upper limbs, 2 cylinders. Our lower limbs, legs, another 2 cylinders. Again, energy like water, like air, or air like, water like, permeating those 4 small cylinders. But the 5 cylinders are connected, right? And so what we're doing is first to activate the energy in those 5 cylinders. From our legs, okay, the lower cylinders, move them up to our central cylinder and further up to our crown and through our arms and to our palms. Okay, then move the energy, water-like energy or air-like energy, in our arm, head, down the central cylinder, and then go down to our feet, and then move them up and down. And we can also kind of condense them in one part and then disperse them, okay, and so on. So just like water, okay, water will have ripples and water will have whirls, and water can take different shapes and so on. So the energy in our body, okay, right now, based on our 5-cylinder model, will basically do that. All right. So our exercise is basically work with the 5 cylinders and the energy inside them. Okay. Now, once the energy can freely move up and down and condense and disperse and so on, and close and open and up and down, left and right, and then the whole body will be in a good health condition. And if our body is in better health condition, and of course our mind will be in a better condition, right? That's a very simple theory behind it. All right, so we do, for example, in the open up, we draw actually, using our legs and the palms, 2 small vertical circle in front, 2 intermediate size circle, okay, front and side, and then 2 big ones, right? Our side and the whole body, right? Okay, that's to activate the energy. Now we want to come down. Okay, in activation, we have our palms facing down and the back of palms facing up, right? When close it, we actually rotate our palms, okay? So the back of the palm facing down and the centers of our palm facing up, right? Now why that's the case? Because the back of our palms will be the yang side, okay? It would emphasize the yang energy more when we activate and prepare ourselves to do Tai Chi Qigong. And when we close it, our center of the palm will be inside, okay? So we'll kind of calm ourselves down, okay? And redistribute and make the energy in our body harmonized, okay? Harmonized, and the more homogeneous become distributed, late distributed. All right, so that's calm ourselves down. And the last one is the recentering, okay? We do this using our palms and breathing pattern and to recenter our energy. So the center of energy actually, according to the tradition of Chinese medicine, as well as the Taoist, is inside our lower belly. All right, that's the center of our energy. So that's basically what we did. Okay, in this beginning, ending, plus recentering form. All right, a little bit of knowledge here and also a little bit of theory. Okay. Any questions, if you happen to in the room? Huh? Nobody here? All right, so... no direct? Okay, that's fine. Then let's see how to... Right, maybe my student, the Chen Chen, is here. You can ask, right? That's a conversation. Right, okay, so again, we are trying to activate resume our channel and account and also live session. Seems like Google's YouTube's algorithm has not found us yet. So basically, no viewers, or not many viewers right now. But we'll keep doing it. Keep doing it. All right. So let me have one demo of but I will not talk about it. Maybe today. The first movement in the 8-piece of brocade. Okay, so it's called two palms upholding the sky. So I'll demo that and maybe give a little bit a brief explanation. Then we'll end this live session this morning. All right. So okay, let me start with the horse stance. Okay, let me start still with the horse stance, and let's bend our knees slightly and sit into the horse stance. All right, and all right, so let's stand up. Inhale, spread the palms to the front. Exhale. Okay, inhale and exhale. Bring the palms to the lower belly. Okay, fingers interlaced, and lift up the palms to the chest. Rotate and push the palms up. All right, your head lean back, eyes gazing at your palms. Now recenter your head. All right, now separate your palms and drop your palms down. Exhale. Relax your body. All right, palms return to your lower belly. Okay, that's a whole round. And second round, lift your palms to your chest. Rotate and push the palms to the sky. Recenter your head, separate your palms, and drop your palms down. Exhale. Okay. Round 2. Let's do 3 rounds. Okay. Palms crossed. Lift your palm to your chest. Rotate, and push your palms up. And recenter your head. Separate your palms and drop your palms down slowly. Exhale. Relax. All right. Now let's end it. After 3 reps, shift your weight to your right leg, right foot. Find your balance. Then bring your foot back or feet together. Now recentering. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, 2 palms on top of each other on your lower belly and standing up. Inhale and exhale. Close your eyes. Okay, if you have some saliva in your mouth, that's actually a good sign. And you can swallow it down and take a couple more breaths and relax. And relax. All right, you open your eyes and drop your palms. All right, so this is called the 2 palms holding up the sky. Right, that's the core movement. But you can, for example, we can also do that and in a faster pace. But that's not Tai Chi Qigong, right? And in Tai Chi Qigong, we want to use slow, gentle motion, breathing pattern, as well as full mindfulness. Okay, full mindfulness. So that will make it's a Tai Chi Qigong, and we're gonna, of course, use the body movements, but the purpose is not just the muscles, the tendons. It's the energy inside. And when we do horse stance, standing up, all right. So this would push kind of gently the energy, air-like or water-like energy to going up to our crown, right, and to our further through our arms to our palms. Okay. Then when we drop the palms, the energy will moving down through our body, pouring through our body and the legs, and eventually to our feet. So we move the energy up and move them down multiple times, right? Multiple times. So make the energy moving, up and down in our body, and to give the health benefits, right? So that's what this whole movement is about. All right. So any questions? If there are more people, yeah. All right. So all right. So I think, all right. So yeah. So we had just the demo of the 2 palms upholding the sky. So if you just joined my room, this is Michael, and our channel is dedicated to Tai Chi Qigong. And we just started going live on YouTube, but seems like YouTube algorithm has not found us yet. Right, yeah. So so we'll find out how to further promote our channel and also our live session. And so if nobody if no viewers, and we probably will call it a day today, and we'll find out how to to further promote and see if we can increase the views, so that we can share using this platform to share Tai Chi Qigong with more people. Yeah, thank you all for tuning in, for joining us, and we'll end here. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.